Captain's log. Day, we don't even know what day it is. We're drifting in space. What have we accomplished? We don't know. What we have seen, a lot. What does it benefit? It's kind of like that in business. But still in Boston on my trip that I've been on for a little bit. Like I said, this is just a log as things is going on, and I'm out here promoting and speaking with people about the nature of my business and my ideas, the feedback and the progress that I make. Um, VIFG services is adaptable to almost, I would say, to every industry, every factor of life, because once again, this is in service to the people that are a part of it. So, one of our other services is managerial services. It could be property management, financial management, um, managing things, making sure things run right. There is a structure that's set up for obviously each industry, but there's simple rules that to apply to anything that can ensure that things run right and operations are beneficial. So as we look at different industries and we find out ways to blend different industries together, and as time is going on, we have to keep our eyes on the way business changes. Um, McDonald's on the West Coast, half of their menu is Mexican. At some point, they realize they just can't sell the American standard, the American burger. This is American fast food. They adhered to the changing of the times and obviously their surroundings to benefit themselves from the fact that all they had to do was change their menu and bringing these cultures together to advance the profit margin. So we look at the time that we're in now as time goes on and things change. I'm speaking specifically now. I'm going to use beer and cannabis. Remember, there was prohibition against beer, um, and all of the things that spurred off of that. But we're going to get right to cannabis now. So I figured out a way with the cannabis industry. This can be other industries too, but paying attention to the cannabis industry and my research that I've been doing with bitcoins and just digital coins and the transfer of money and its worth on a whole, with real estate, with the car industry. I've been doing a lot of research. I figured out a way within the cannabis industry that I can see be applied to everything else, even government. That if you buy something, or if you take part in it, that it will produce something. So in the digital coin era, it's like information. Somebody does something and it produces information that's worth something, which they call a coin, because the information is worth something. Right? So now that coin is worth something. Somebody can pay you X amount of money for that coin, whatever it's worth something. You go into something, it produces something that can benefit you or someone else. Okay. So I figured out now with the legalization of cannabis. Look at this. A lot of businesses not yet can't serve cannabis cuisines. That'll eventually be there. But in the transition of that, I figured out a way that the people that take part in the cannabis industry can benefit from it by getting something. I just put it as food. Like I said, it could be a coin. But in this case, what it produces is enough revenue, or enough of a margin, that because of me personally, I can say I don't need that margin. I rather the people who are fully taking part in the industry, and even though I am as well, as far as, being branded and having a business, but the people that fully take part in the industry benefit from it the most. So you buy, you could say you just buy some weed, you buy product. It's like, come on, man, it's coming. We could say whatever it is. You buy product and it produces something else. So now I think, like, how is that when you buy a TV? Like, what do you get for free from the TV? When you buy a car, what do you get for free when you buy a car? What does that produce? All it produces is a profit for somebody else, and they put it in their pocket, right? So now I think about farmers. I said, if that could be applied to weed, which grows just like food, it could be applied to produce. So now I backtrack and I go back through history and think about produce, the history, and how actually produce is what started basically the industrial age almost anywhere. Building machines to ship, cut, wrap, tie, move. So why aren't farmers like the richest people in the world? Because they have a system that can always produce something more than what it's worth. Now, cars, you buy a car, as soon as you buy it, it loses worth. But then you say, oh, well, you might eat food. You smoke weed. So when you buy it and use it, it's gone. But back again, now the transfer of information and applied sciences, this is more of other things that we might get to. The transfer of information and the adaptation of applied scientists, you put these two things, information can be adaptive and transferred through the system, the structure of it. So if it can be used for food, why can't it be used for cars? Why can't it be used for clothes? It's just an idea. I'm onto it. I don't know if the people you do business are onto it. I don't know if your politicians are onto it. I know Bill Gates might be onto it. I know, what's the guy? Tesla. See, I don't even remember these guys' name. Like, it's not even important. But I know he's onto it. Bezos is onto it. I don't know. Shouldn't, at this time where we have all the information in the world, just like I said, this digital coin thing, it's something that's worth money, the information. That's all it is. And they call it a coin, and it's worth money, and people pay a lot of money. So now that we're at a point in the world with all this information in the world, if I can figure out a way to do it, can't your politicians, all the people that you do business with, GM, all the car companies, the clothing company, I don't know. Let me know.